So hello guys, welcome back to my channel. And sadly, this is not my new daily car. I just got it out of the hood. So what we have here is the 2019 Kia Forte LX. This is the base variant of the Kia Forte. Of course, you all know the Kia Forte as the GT, the top of the line version. I couldn't pass the opportunity because this is the absolute base model. But this 2019 Kia Forte still has a lot of tricks up its sleeve despite being a 2019 model. And like the Kia Rio, as I said, to know this is a 2019 model, the Kia badge is still the old layout. This Kia Forte is underrated. I mean, just look at it. It looks so good, so aggressive, and like the Kia Rio, Kia Stonic, and Kia Stinger, this is designed by the man himself, Peter Scheyer. So I see the aggressiveness of this design with this Kia Forte. I do love the name as well. So here at the front, despite being a base model, doesn't look too base for me. Yes, you have halogen lights here, and also weirdly, the turn signal lights are here down below. Unlike the Kia Rio and Kia Cerato, this grille is open as well as the one down here. So you have two halogen fog lamps on each side. And ground clearance, on par with the competition, it's 150 millimeters, say with my car. So I assume going over humps and bumps won't be an issue. Although the ground clearance is way taller than the Honda Civic. Disclaimer, I might compare that a lot. And since we're here already, why not? I'll compare it with the Toyota Corolla Altis Hybrid since they almost have the same power. So before I continue with the design of this Kia Forte, there's a lot of stock still with the Kia Forte and they come at a very big discount. At a brand new price, this costs 1,095,000 pesos. Now you have a whopping 216 pesos discount. So the price now is 870,000 pesos. Please stop tempting me. Continuing here in the exterior, I love the hood design. There's a lot of creases and character lines as well. And then wheels, they look nice as well. They kind of look like Lamborghini Rebenton wheels or like the new Mitsubishi Expander, I must say. So here at the side of the Kia Forte, it is probably one of the sexiest compact sedans at the moment. It's kind of ticking all my boxes for a design of a compact sedan because on the door sills there is no chrome whatsoever. It's all blacked out. Even the one here on top is blacked out. I did notice the side mirrors are quite long. And then you just have two distinct character lines here on the side. That's one stretches from the headlight all the way here in the rear headlight and then the one here down below only. Being the base model, this is the only one of the Forte lineup that has drum brakes. The top of the line GT of course and the one above this, the EX, I have disc brakes all around. So here, the rear of the Kia Forte, I do love the rear headlights here. But sadly, the one here in the middle does not act as an LED light bar. It's just there for show. We have a nice Forte badge here. The O and R is infused. The rear turn signal lamps are here down below. So if you're riding on a taller SUV or a truck, it might be a little bit difficult to see them. And then sadly, yes, this doesn't do anything. But that's the only fake I found with this Kia Forte. And the small ones just in front only. At least there's a real exhaust just here on the right side. And then surprising, there's a tow hitch underneath. And also here at the rear, you have a reverse camera. And unlike other compact sedans and like the Honda Civic, you cannot open the boot from here. You have to do it from inside, like the Toyota Corolla and my car. But at least when you open the boot up, it opens all the way. It doesn't hang about from the middle. So the boot space of this Kia Forte might be also one of the most spacious in its class, if not mistaken. The total space here is 502 liters. And I did notice few stuff. The load lip is really high. I think it's even deeper than the Kia Stonic or just the same. And then underneath you have a space saver donut type tire. Unlike the base Honda Civic, and then I think also well the Toyota Corolla, you can fold down the seats from here. There are two latches on each side and so it does give it a 60/40 layout. So yeah, that's about here. In the exterior of the Kia Forte, I'll show you the interior. So this is the interior of the 2019 Kia Forte LX. Shut the door. Okay, that doesn't sound bad, but it's not the best. The door is heavy and it's really thick, but the Rio sounds just a little bit better. And just being honest, the Honda Civic and the Toyota Corolla Altis Hybrid have better sounding door studs. Of course, I turn on the lights here for better lighting, but there's a funky way of opening them. You can open them using this button, or you can press the lights individually. Despite being a base model, I'm surprised nothing much has been taken out, like from a top of the line model to a base variant. You still have the amenities you need here and there. You still have an 8-inch infotainment system that supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And also being base model, there's not much gloss black. Yeah, they're only here in the infotainment system, but at least the buttons here down below are conventional buttons. The only other gloss black in here is just right here on top of your steering wheel. Starting here in the door, yeah, plastic here, there, but surprisingly, there's a soft pad material here, and then you have a cubby space and bottle holder on each side of the door. Sadly, my water jug doesn't fit. And also nice design with the speakers. I think similar with the rear, or maybe the rear is just a little bit better. And then here on the left side, you have a lot of blank buttons. You only have one functioning button that serves as your adjustments for the digital display here in the middle. Very nice air conditioning vents, and when you adjust them, the vents go with it. So the quality is probably on par with the Honda Civic V. I've yet to test out the base variant. And also, despite being a base model, I was expecting the dashboard to be plastic. Listen to this. That's not bad at all. This is still what? Polyurethane material or leather mixed with hard plastic, but that is not bad at all. And I can tell already the dashboard here in front is kind of flat, so visibility out front is very good. I do already notice something. I haven't driven the Forte yet. The A-pillar is kinda wide, and the side mirror is also large. And then out back, the C-pillar, it is quite large, just being honest. At least there is a small window you can pick for your blind spot. And here in the steering wheel, also polyurethane, but nice to the touch. It's very squishy. And then you have a silver trim here just down below. At least it doesn't overlap the steering wheel. Audio remote controls on the left side, and here on the right side there are two blank buttons. They're only for the LCD display just there in the middle. So I assume this does not have cruise control, hence the blank buttons. Oh, despite being a base model, telescopic steering wheel. Good job, Kia. And then here below the infotainment system, I'll demo that later. You have two air conditioning vents, and also you have a very funky hazard light button. It's literally just a triangle. Unlike the Kia Rio, for locking the whole car is right here in the window switch. It's no longer here in the middle. And then below that, you have your manual air conditioning controls. And then below that, you have two 12-volt sockets. I mean, one for your cigarette, one aux cord, one USB port, and then two cubby spaces, just enough for my phones. And then yeah, here in the center console, it's plastic, but that is fine. There's also a silver trim surrounding the gear lever, and that's the only thing that's leather in this car, I assume. The center console box is polyurethane, and then open it up. Okay, it is pretty decent. There's just one protrusion here, but you can still fit a lot of stuff in here. And then you have two cup holders here. My water jug just fits. There's also two plastic grips around them. And then also, there's a ashtray here that also fits in the cup holder, but you can remove it if you want. So, I don't know why you need this, but surprising you have this in a base model. I usually see this only in high-end luxury cars. So, I think the Kia Forte was supposed to be that kind of car, but everyone went for the Civic instead. And then visor here, you have a vanity mirror, no light, but there's two of them here anyway. And they don't extend, sadly, but like the Kia Rio, it is really thick and really hard. And then also, you don't have a rear view mirror stock. You have fabric seats here. Sadly, no honeycomb design unlike the Kia Rio. But surprisingly, there's good amount of bolstering. Kind of similar to the Honda Civic. I think this just has a wee tiny bit better bolstering than that car. So yeah, that's about here in the Kia Forte. I'll show you the rear seats. Right, I was just about to transfer my camera in the rear seats. So if left for a long time, the lights will automatically shut off. Also, I forgot to mention there's a sunglasses holder. But nice touch with that. Right, few more things I noticed. You can activate or deactivate the passenger airbag here on the passenger side. Hence, it's here. And then, glove box. This is probably one of the biggest glove boxes in its class. I mean, there's still even enough space for your manual. Look at that. So here, the rear of the 2019 Kia Forte LX. Take note of this Kia Forte's design. It's a little bit like a semi-slope roof design, but also what I like, I just noticed right now, there's no like antenna sticking out whatsoever. So the rear looks really clean. The antenna is integrated somewhere here. I don't know where exactly. I am 5'4" by the way. Headroom, just enough, but knee room and feet room is surprisingly excellent. It's like every other compact sedan I've tried. And however, here in the back, it's as base as you can get. You only have one bottle holder on each side. Sadly, my water jug doesn't fit. But unlike some compact sedans or sedans in general, usually all the door cards here is plastic, yes, but you still retain the soft pad here for your shoulder. Sadly, here in the back, it's plastic. There's no map pockets whatsoever. No toys here in the back as well. For the center, no USB ports, but at least you still have two isofix anchor points. Despite being a base model, you still have a central armrest. My water jug, okay, somewhat fits, but it just doesn't go all the way in. But at least throughout the lineup, all the Kia Fortes have central armrest. And then if I sit here in the middle, transmission tunnel is kinda wide, but you can just simply put your feet up. It's not too tall as well. My headroom now, okay, but I still have enough space here in the middle. And yeah, sitting here in the middle is somewhat harder than usual, but the fabric seats here on the left and right side is still soft enough. I'm very comfortable. And this is probably one of the widest in class. God bless you. This is probably one of the widest in class. I mean, you can fit, I think, almost 4 people in here if you're built like me. Yeah, this is the surprise here. It is kind of spacious here. Also, you have 2 pop-up tethering points on each side here in the rear. So with that, I'll show you the engine. So this is the engine of the Kia Forte LX. It's a 1.6 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine that produces 128 horsepower and 155 Newton meters of torque, and is mated surprisingly to a 6-speed automatic transmission. Now, as I said, disclaimer, I might compare this a lot with the Toyota Corolla Altis Hybrid and the Honda Civic. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour as quoted is 11.6. With that, let's go for a drive. So yeah, driving the 2019 Kia Forte LX, and why not floor it? Oh! Ow! Okay, I'm just in automatic so far. I've not touched anything yet. The only 2 driving modes here, drive and sport mode. Okay, wow, that picked up really good. Okay, I can already immediately say this kicks down way better than the Civic RS Turbo, because that was a CVT. I mean, in general, the Civic wasn't bad, but this 6-speed 80 is responsive. I mean, look, just drive 25 kilometers per hour. Just floor it. Wow. Okay. Yeah, there's a little bit of a delay in drive mode. I'll try sport mode just in a bit. So yes, first impressions. Okay, the steering is so freaking light. It's very light. There's still good enough feel in it, and the steering ratio is pretty quick. So I guess going up mountain road like Tagaytay or even Baguio, you'll have definitely enjoyed this. Yes, despite being a naturally aspirated engine, you still have 128 horsepower. That's pretty decent. The transmission looks like it's pretty good compared to the Civic and the Corolla, as I mentioned. And yeah, at faster speeds, yes, it will tend to be a little bit delayed. Going over humps and bumps and potholes as well, it won't be such of an issue. The Civic, yes, I did mention that it is kind of low. To shut off the aircon, I mean just to close the vent, you have to twist the whole thing. That is a very fancy feature. And then yes, the infotainment system, like the Kia Rio, there's not much to play with, but at least there's the use of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And the reverse camera may not be the best out there, but at least there still is. But I can say it is a little bit better than the Kia Rio itself. Okay, here, faster speeds, and then I'll floor it. Okay, the kickdown is a little bit better. That's just in drive mode. I have not put it to sport mode yet. And yeah, you can hear just a little bit of tire noise. I mean, the NVH here is not too bad, to be honest, but I know the competition may sound a little bit better, but this Kia Forte is not too bad. And then here, over bumpy parts on a bumpy road, let's try it out. The suspension, okay, it soaks them up pretty well, but I did notice the suspension is quite firm. I mean, look, you do feel the bumps a little bit here and there, but it's not the bad kind of firm. I would say it's even as sporty as the Honda Civic. That's the feeling I'm getting. And then here, let's try sport mode, and then let's floor it. Oh. Wow. Wow. Okay, shifting up and down. It's an automatic transmission. It is very, very good. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but it's plenty fast enough. Okay. Wow, okay, sport mode transforms the car. Like literally, it transforms the car. And yes, being a naturally aspirated engine, it will scream a lot. I mean, actually I wanna revving it just a bit higher. Just wanna confirm if it will automatically turn upshift. So let's try here. Turn right. There's forward. Oh, okay. It will automatically upshift despite you being in a sport mode, manual mode. So let's just chill with this Kia Forte. I do like the handling of this. And yes, there's tire noise is ever so slightly present, but it's not no means a uncomfortable experience. I do say there's tire noise, but it's not as loud as I would say as the Honda Civic, because those were on Michelin's. These are on Nexen tires, if not mistaken. So yes, there's a little bit of difference. Maybe it just depends on the tire. Driving this is actually fun. Could be my next daily because of the massive discounts with this Kia Forte right now. I'm really tempted, to be honest. And then here, more bumpier parts. Yeah, you do feel the bumps. I can say the suspension is just as sporty as the Honda Civics, but this one comes at a close second place. I would say this is more engaging to drive than the Toyota Corolla Altis Hybrid, despite having a little bit more power or just somewhat the same amount of power. Okay. Yep. Sport mode just transforms this car. It's crazy. I can't believe I'm saying this. Despite this being the base car only, I would say it is way more engaging to drive than the Honda Civic RS Turbo. It competes with in that class, and this is probably also the cheapest in its class. Of course, yes, it's only a 2019 model, but it's still up to date. You still have the tech you need here and there. At least a base model, as I said earlier, nothing too much has been taken away from it despite being a base model. So the steering feel, despite being sport mode, it won't change anything with that. I do love sport mode, to be honest. And then yeah, I would say this is probably one of the, before that, oh my gosh, it's so peppy. That's really fast. So yes, despite being only 128 horsepower, I have a feeling this has way more power than the figures say. So I cannot imagine if we got the 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder motor with the CVT transmission. That's the same in the Celtos. Those are available in other markets that sadly we don't get. That's like for what, US and Canadian markets. So imagine if we got that instead of this 1.6 liter. But this 1.6 liter is not bad at all. So I cannot imagine on how the Kia Forte GT will drive. That'd be another review. Not coming soon, but you never know. Nitpick with this Kia Forte, being honest, no paddle shifters, but it's fine. And look, sport mode, like 25 kilometers per hour. Their kicks down way better. Wow. Wow, this is great. So go back to my point before I floored it earlier. I gotta say this Kia Forte LX and EX has got to be one of the most underrated cars in our market today. Yes, I've driven a lot of underrated cars recently, but overall this is probably one of the most underrated. And for its price point, 878,000 pesos, if not mistaken, you should definitely buy this Kia Forte while they're still around. We have no word yet if we'll be getting the 2022 model. And also, if you want this exact car, what I'm driving, the demo unit, it comes at a cheaper price. Here's the other crazy thing. With my driving, of course, if you've seen, I'm flooring it most of the time. I've been averaging 10.5 liters per 100 kilometers. That is freaking fuel efficient. So, what else can I say about this? As I said earlier, this is probably one of the most underrated cars ever. Like legit, one of the most underrated. I can't believe it. Let's try it one more time. So, that concludes my review of this 2019 Kia Forte LX base variant. So, I would like to thank Kia Mandaluyong, Sir Ayubs, Miss Camille, and Miss Jonah for allowing me to review this one of the most underrated cars ever. Sport mode.
I can't believe I'm saying this. This Forte is way more engaging to drive than the Honda Civic. I mean that. So hope you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you with more future car reviews and more Kia reviews also coming up soon. Bye bye.